I have some tea that you guys have been asking for ever since I posted about it. Let me give you guys like a little backstory. So a couple weeks ago, I posted on Instagram, like I was working out and I was bored doing cardio and I asked you guys to send me like fun facts or whatever. And you guys sent me some pretty funny ones. And then someone like mentioned like a fun fact saying that Ted Bundy is a Sagittarius and most like serial killers are Sagittariuses, which I'm a Sagittarius. Promise you I'm not a serial killer. I replied to the Ted Bundy thing and I was like, fun fact, my grandma actually used to talk to him. The amount of replies that I got from that was like insane, and everyone since has been like asking me to like do a story time with my grandma. My grandma's on her way here and I'm gonna ask her some questions about that. I want all the tea. When she told me about how she used to talk to Ted Bundy, she said it so casually and I was like, hold on, wait a second. Like, what did you just say? But before I get into any of this, I first want to say like my heart goes out to all of the victims and their families and loved ones that they lost from this man. Whoever was affected by him, my heart goes out to you. Like I literally can't imagine, and it's just like disgusting with all the stuff that he did. For the people that don't know about Ted Bundy, there was like a documentary on Netflix about it, so definitely check that out if you want to watch it. He's pretty much an American serial killer who kidnapped, trigger warning, he was basically an American serial killer who kidnapped, raped, and murdered numerous young women and girls during the 1970s. He was executed in 1989. He also confessed to 30 homicides that he committed in 7 different states between 1974 and 1978. So that's like a little backstory on him. I just want to say I cannot imagine what all those families like went through and their loved ones and everything. Like it literally gives me goosebumps because I just like think of if he did something to my grandma, like I would not be here. My mom wouldn't be here, like she wouldn't be here. So it's just like crazy to think about. I don't know, it's just really weird. It's also just like really scary because I look back at pictures of my grandma during that time and she resembles the victims so much, like with her dark hair. With a lot of the victims, they all like kind of resembled each other. And when I look back at pictures of my grandma, I'm like, holy shit, like you literally resemble a lot of the victims, which is really scary. But yeah, Ted Bundy, he was a local here in Washington. Most of you guys know I live in Seattle and that's where he, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys all, it's just so crazy. I don't even know. Like when my grandma told me it so casually one day, I was like, what the pause, like what did you just say? I'm definitely gonna include some pictures of her when she was younger. Yeah, so I think she is almost here and I'm gonna ask her everything about that situation, a little story time, and everything like that. So yeah, it's crazy. People were like, why didn't you ever say anything about it? I didn't really want to like broadcast like, hey guys, my grandma talked to Ted Bundy. Like I don't want to make it about me or my grandma because there was like so many people affected by this man. Not even a man, this monster. I will see you guys when I'm with my grandma. So my grandma's here.
Hi. Weird part was that after he was arrested and all that kind of stuff, Nana, which is my mom, your great-grandma, I mean, you know what? Down the street, there was a girl that was kidnapped from her home. Mm-hmm. Her name was Anne Marie Bird. And they never found her. And come to find out, Ted was her paperboy. It was a long time before I think he ever started with that.
Yeah.
So, but they thought, oh, that's strange. Plus, where I live was right by the University of Puget Sound. And they had that street all dug up. And so she thought maybe the body got thrown in there, the Anne Marie Bird, and covered up. So that was kind of a weird, scary thing.
Yeah, that connection.
Mm-hmm. I've always been for the death penalty.
Yeah.
Because I figured, if it's beyond a reasonable doubt and you have done something heinous, then, they need to put you to death. But I found it so weird that when Ted was put to death, it actually made me cry and rethink my thought about the death penalty.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't for him. It was for his family. How they must be devastated that would happen to their son or their brother. Well, he didn't have a sister, but, all those things that is so weird. So it was like a realization of that I
Yeah.
didn't like at all. But I still am for the death penalty. But when it's somebody you know, you rethink it sometimes.
But I have a couple questions for her that you guys like sent. So the first one is, how did you meet him?
Well, that's so funny that you ask, because I don't remember.
It's so long ago.
It was either I was on a church hayride with him. I remember that. So I either met him there, or back in the day, we used to have what's called house parties.
Mm-hmm.
You go over to somebody's house and all the kids come, and it was usually down in the basement, and you turn on music and you talk and you drink soda.
We still do that. Oh, soda.
Yeah,
no,
soda.
we do alcohol
Well,
now.
I have to remember, we were very young then,
Yeah.
too. And so it was either one of those places, because I remember him at both of those times.
Yeah. What were your first thoughts of him?
Cute.
Charming.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of Papa in a way. That
Yeah.
like charming, vibe.
Quiet, unassuming.
Yeah.
But he was still young then, too. You know, so kind of probably goofballish. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I was telling them earlier how you resemble a lot of the victims. How does it make you feel that you resemble a lot of his victims? Because I was kind of thinking, like, if something happened with you, my mom and I wouldn't even be here.
That's right. That's right. Well, it was kind of weird because when I started reading the book by Anne Rule, which was A Stranger Beside Me, which is about Ted Bundy. Then they showed all these pictures and I went, oh my God.
Yeah.
They look like me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and, but I think we were so young. I don't think he had gotten into any.
It was before
Yes.
everything?
Yeah.
How old were you?
14.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it was before he
Yes.
did everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Do you know how old he was when he...
started?
Yeah.
I'm thinking he was in his
I think early 20s?
early 20s, yeah.
Did you ever get weird vibes from him or something was off?
No.
No? Just normal? When everything was starting to happen, like the beginning of everything, did you think he did those things or were you kind of...
No, I said no.
He didn't do it?
Right.
When did you when did you start to think that he...
When I read the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I read a book about it and all the details of it, and it was like, oh man, I'm sure he did it now. And it was like, it was just a sad thing to think about, that somebody you know that's in your circle of friends could do something like that.
Yeah.
But he was charming enough to do that.
Yeah. This makes me want to rewatch the Netflix.
Oh, you should.
I know, yeah. I didn't really like the Zac Efron one. Did you see that one?
I think I've seen them all, but I don't know which one that is.
Oh, okay, I think it's newer. People were like, what?
I know, isn't that bizarre? I mean, I tell people and they just go, ugh.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. It's like, oh my God. I mean, I can't even believe. It's still kind of not real because it wasn't at the time that he was committing all those things. So it was more like, man, what made you switch? And they were saying that pornography was was a big deal to do with that. And I never thought that would, but I mean, I guess if you already have that propensity.
And he wanted that, like, power, kind of.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I know, that's so scary. When did you guys, like, stop talking, and what made you guys, like, stop talking? Did you guys just, like, drift away?
We just drifted away, went in different circles of friends. We went to the same high school together. I think he was 2 years older than I was, and we went to different junior highs.
Okay.
So
same high school, different junior highs?
Right, but
Okay.
I didn't go to my high school for that long. I went there in my sophomore year.
And then you got pregnant, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then I went to night school
Oh, okay.
to graduate. But I still graduated from the high school. Woodrow Wilson. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know down below. But, yeah, this was our little story time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just finished filming with my grandma. I put on the fireplace again. But let me know if you guys have any other questions about that. I don't want to talk about it too much just because I don't want to, like, I don't know. I feel weird, like, talking about that whole situation just because it's such a sensitive, like, topic and stuff. Just because so many families and people were affected with that. But, yeah.